Hey everyone, I'm John.
And I'm Zach.
And welcome to Those Dram Yinzers, where we drink bourbon
and talk about it.
As you can hear in the background noise, I'm going to try to muffle it as much as I can, but we are coming at you live from Washington, PA for the annual Whiskey Rebellion Festival.
Yes, we are.
Mm-hmm. And we're not alone. Depending on how... okay, now it stopped. Depending on how all this shakes out with editing, we brought our buddy Josh from Thrifty Whiskey along with us to do some video for us for both days that we were here. Josh, welcome, buddy.
Howdy. Glad to be back again. We're glad to have you again. Yeah.
I'm glad you came with us because, I mean, we have... I know you've heard us talk about this event, and it's so much fun, and I'm glad it's back to 3 days again this year, which is awesome. Last year was only 1 day, but again, it was thrown together kind of quickly. But last night, Friday night, we all did the whiskey walk, and you had brought a camera and some really fancy video recording equipment along, and it looked fancy to me, but did some video recording of us going through the whiskey walk. And for those of you that aren't familiar with that, so basically what they do is they have businesses in town partner with a local distillery or a winery and have them post up, and you can go in and try. You get a wristband and everything. Go in and try the different whiskeys the different spirits, I should say, because there were some clear spirits too. The different spirits that those distilleries have. You got a cool little shot glass with an upside down Alexander Hamilton portrait, which was awesome. And we had a good time. We didn't hit all of them. We skipped a couple of the wineries just so we could get to a lot of, so we could get to all of them within time. But I had a good time last night. Did you?
I had a great time.
The walk specifically.
Yes,
I had a great time with the walks.
So you guys did a lot of gin specifically too.
There were some gins. Yeah. Zach's slowly morphing this into a spirits podcast.
I'm not trying to. It
just happens.
Just kind of happens. I'm
you
trying to keep it primarily whiskey.
Thank you.
There we go.
But yeah, no, it was. I had a lot of fun last night. Guys took me to Liberty Pool for the first time after the walk. So
we went and hit that up after. Had to hit that up after for sure. All right, so we're gonna have interviews throughout the day, but we will be back. So we are back. We have our first interview. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Amy Wadas. I'm a reporter with KDKA TV, so it's an honor to be here today with you guys.
Thank you for joining us,
It's
Amy.
an honor for us. Are you kidding?
Yeah, seriously.
I think you're the first reporter we've had on.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You got to get more people on.
I know.
You're telling me. Thank you for doing this. And I know that you were on your way out, so thank you for
no problem at all.
letting us just kind of
very convenient.
So
before you left.
We're at the Whiskey Rebellion Fest, as we had already said. What is your connection to the festival today? What was your role?
I was the Grand Marshal, so I got the opportunity to be in the parade. We were the second car. I was in the silver convertible, if you saw it going by, waving at everyone.
Yep.
So the community, they invited me out to be involved in everything today. So, and then I did a little introduction to kick things off. We do a lot of reporting out here.
Yeah.
In the past, I'd say year and a half, I have done more reporting in the Washington County area and covered some Whiskey Rebellion related things. So
got you.
That's why they asked me to come out.
Awesome. That was gonna be my next question: is how did they pick you to come down and do that? But that makes sense because you just said it. So, question answered.
There you go. Amy, I know that you're a reporter and everything like that. Can you tell us a little bit about how long you've been doing that and just your experience at KDKA and
yeah, of course. I've been at KDKA now for 8 years almost.
Oh, wow.
That's a long time. Longest place I've ever worked. Like I said, I report the news. I go out every day into the communities around Pittsburgh and beyond, like Washington and other counties surrounding the area, and just cover whatever the news is happening for the day. I also get the chance to fill an anchor a bit behind the desk in the studio.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've had the chance to do that too, so that's been a lot of fun. So been doing that for a while, and I'm actually originally from the Pittsburgh area, the South Hills. I grew up a Chartiers Valley grad,
nice.
Penn State grad,
nice.
So I have a lot of ties to the area.
Yeah.
I worked in Cincinnati prior in news, and then Wheeling, West Virginia, which isn't too far down the road from here, about half an hour away from Washington.
Yeah. So we are a whiskey podcast, as we were talking before we turned the mics on. Are you a fan of whiskey?
Oh gosh. I don't want to disappoint your listeners, but I
be yourself.
taste whiskey. I've never been a big fan of the taste of whiskey, but I'm going to go, before I leave, I might try a little bit more just to give it another chance.
There you
Maybe
go.
my taste buds will eventually acquire. You guys might convince me that they will.
There we go. Good. Then what will happen is we'll have you on here again next year, and we'll track your progress from this year
Oh,
next year.
yeah. I'll have to come back for next year and then you
no
can check
pressure,
my
though,
progress.
John.
Yeah, no pressure.
No pressure, though.
No pressure one bit. I know this is a whiskey festival, but I do like my ciders and sour beers and wine and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, some moonshine.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
We had, I don't know if Red's coming today, but we had a gentleman who lives in the area that was on Moonshiners, like the show.
Oh.
Was at the festival last year, came and sat and talked with us and everything. Brought some of his fantastic moonshine that he shared with us.
Wow.
Carrying it around.
But we'll have to see if he's coming back. But no, moonshine, we do love our moonshine. Well, thanks for sitting down.
Yeah.
I just wanted to grab you before I know you were heading out, so thank you again for sitting.
Yeah, of course.
and,
Thanks for
talking.
having me.
Yeah, definitely. Hope to see you next year, and hopefully you've attempted to try some new whiskeys.
Yes, I'm going to be tempted to try some new whiskeys. This was my inspiration. I'm going to check out, I can smell the food over the food trucks. I might grab something quick to eat on my way out.
Yeah, you got the food trucks. You got Blue Eagle Tavern, which has, I believe, Wiggle, Red Pump, and Still Mill. They have some cocktails and
Big
stuff
Spring
there.
was down there too. I thought Big Spring was down there too. Oh no, they
were there yesterday
Okay,
for the
that's right.
walk. And then if you really want to try, you just kind of go around the corner down the street, and they got Liberty Pole down there. So
Okay.
yeah, they're big.
I will say the
Big
best
Washington.
cocktail you'll have.
I've been to Liberty Pole before for a story. We
okay.
interviewed
Oh,
them
yes.
about some things going on in the community
Yeah.
before. So they're really nice. Great place to check out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We love them. Ellen is the best cocktail artist
Absolutely.
in the area.
Yeah.
I think in all
For
Pittsburgh.
sure.
But
Yeah, so if you're wanting to try something else, I definitely, if you're not going to hit the Blue Eagle Tavern, go around the corner and head down to Liberty Pole. So
Okay, good
Yeah.
advice. Thanks,
Perfect.
guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate
well,
that.
Amy, thank you so much for hanging out with us and letting us again just kind of sidetrack you and hijack
Yeah.
your morning.
all right, and we're back with our next interview. So please introduce yourself.
I am Shana Brown, and I am the Main Street Manager with the Washington Business District Authority here in downtown Washington.
Thank you so much for joining us, Shana.
Thank you guys for being here.
Of course.
So we love our Whiskey Rebellion Festival. Obviously,
yeah.
like you can tell, a lot of work goes into it and a lot of different moving parts.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you guys being here.
I was just talking with there's some family friends from that are hanging out here. I said to them, I said, and any of our listeners that know Elwood City knows our 4th of July Arts and Crafts Festival. And I said, this festival to them is the Elwood City Arts and Crafts Festival to Elwood City. I mean, it is just like, it is the thing to do on this weekend.
Yes.
But
Everybody knows this is what you do in downtown Washington.
That's great.
Talk to me about your role then with the Rebellion Fest.
So for this particular event, I was in charge of the parade. So
Okay.
the parade started at 10:30, ended right here with the reenactment, and it went really well. We had a great turnout, and it's just fun.
So is this your first year involved with the festival?
It is. I started last year, August 1st, so I just squeaked by missing it last year. So this is my first Whiskey Rebellion Festival. But
Okay.
yeah, so much fun. I'm local though, so I've come here, as a community member
Gotcha.
for
Right.
years and years and years.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome. So what made you want to get involved with the actual planning of it this year as your first year?
Tracy, I don't know if you know Tracy Libertor with the
Oh, yeah?
Bradford House.
Oh, yeah.
She puts this on, and with that relationship I have with her, and historically the BDA is taking care of the parade, and so I love working with Tracy. She's amazing, and like this is no small feat. It grows every year. So whenever she asked me to take over the parade and keep doing that, of course,
Nice.
anything I can do to be a part of it and
That's
promote
awesome.
it.
Heck yeah.
So you think you want to do this again next year?
Oh my gosh, yes! I had the time of my life at that parade.
So are you might have said this and I apologize if I missed it. Are you also in charge of the reenactors then?
No,
Okay.
nope. That's actually my good friend Terry Perry.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll have to get Terry on too.
Yes, we will.
She's all dressed up. I will definitely collect her.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And I'll send her over.
Okay,
Excellent.
awesome. Okay, so this is a whiskey festival. Can you tell us something we like to ask everybody is tell us about like your whiskey journey when did you first kind of get interested in whiskey? Are you interested in whiskey? If you're not, it's not going to be offensive on this show or anything like that.
I'm just trying to filter myself because I did have one very memorable night with whiskey down to Liberty Pool. Ellen will have to tell you that story later. And it actually involves Terry Perry. It was her birthday party.
Oh my gosh.
That was like my first experience with whiskey. And nobody really tells you when you don't drink whiskey that it hits you like a sledgehammer.
Yep.
And Liberty Pool is obviously like they're top of their game with the cocktails.
Oh yeah.
And it sneaks up on you. And
You're talking to two avid fans of Liberty Pool.
Very avid.
I don't think we go a show without mentioning them at some point in shape, in some way.
And they're like they're the best people ever.
They're amazing.
We love them.
Yes.
But that's been my
And you know what?
experience.
And that happens a lot of times when you go there. To even if just try something. If Ellen gets a hold of you and she's gonna hit you with some bomb ass cocktails, and before you know it, you need to stop at McDonald's to get some food to drive home because that's happened to me one too many times when I've come down.
I think that was my problem is that I went there thinking we were going to make it to dinner and we never did. And we didn't go to McDonald's.
I don't stop. From now on, whenever I'm coming down, I always stop and get something because I know for a fact I'm going to need something. So,
rookie mistake.
Like at least they have the barbecue truck there. He can, Preston can kind of help us out a little bit, but normally there's not a truck there.
Yeah, but and even after you eat the barbecue, then you go back upstairs and it's just like, let's try 6 or 7 more things. And then Preston's closed. So
yeah, and everything they have is amazing. My personal favorite, and I don't want to offend you because this isn't like technically whiskey, but my favorite thing is their bourbon cream. And
no, you are talking to two big bourbon cream fans.
The root beer floats, I could drink those all day. That's kind of my go-to because I know that those aren't as strong, so I can have like more than just one.
Some of the big names do bourbon cream, and none of them compare to theirs.
Because Ellen is just such a wizard with their
she is a wizard.
their recipes.
Were you here for March Madness? They did the cinnamon toast. Oh my gosh.
No, I missed that one.
You've got to get her to talk about this. They did a cinnamon toast crunch cocktail. So they got
Lord.
I know. It was
say more right now.
Out of this world. They soaked the bourbon cream in the cinnamon toast crunch.
Oh.
And, maybe I shouldn't be giving this away. Ellen needs to come here. I don't want to give away
She always tells.
Yeah.
She tells us her secrets. It's good.
Well, they had another one that was the peanut butter crunch, the peanut butter Reese cups.
Reese's cup cereal.
Oh my goodness! I know
it's not just for
breakfast.
It
was so
anymore.
good, and they topped it with the whipped cream and
my heavens,
they're amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, she is the best cocktail artist in Pittsburgh, in my opinion.
I might be a little biased, but I agree.
Yeah. We I forget where Lisa and I were. I think maybe we were on vacation, and the restaurant was doing a cereal French toast. And they took I think this particular one was Captain Crunch, and that same thing they did. They soaked milk or cream in Captain Crunch, and then made the whipped cream out of that like cereal, like milk. Oh God, it was so good.
It is. It's so good.
So you started your whiskey journey with the Huffs at Liberty Pole.
Yep.
Couldn't
That's
start
a great
off
place
better.
to start.
Yep.
What did you have that night? What was?
Do you remember?
No comment.
I'm gonna go with no comment. I think that's where we need to leave it.
She had everything. She had a little bit of everything, bro. Yeah.
I really did. Just
nothing
thinking,
wrong
these
with
are
that.
great
I've talked about this before, but you know how when they have their old fashioned week,
yes.
right? I came down during that week because I was like, I gotta get I saw the list and I was like, I know I want like a flight of this one and this one. So when I was going to order my flight, I was walking past Ellen. I said, "What should be my last one?" She was like, I got you. Go sit down. I'll make you some. You want these ones for sure? Yes, I want these ones for sure. Okay, don't worry about it. I'll go make it. She brought me all 7. And I looked at her and I said, I have to drive home.
Oh my gosh. That's so Ellen though.
Yes,
That's
it is.
So Ellen.
Yes,
They're
it
just
is.
like so generous. And
Oh yeah.
have you done a tour? I'm sure you've done a tour of the whole distillery.
I mean, we could basically give a tour
Yeah,
at this point.
I'm
We've
sure.
done.
Last night
We brought so many people. I actually brought, the friend that I was talking about how we have some family friends here. For the one guy's for his bachelor party, his local bachelor party with like the family group, I actually brought them down and Jim did a private tour with everyone, did the tastings and everything, but then he went in the back and got more stuff for them to taste and everything. So
that's awesome. Yeah, they're amazing.
They really are. So how has your day been so far. You obviously had a very successful morning with the parade.
Yeah, the parade was awesome.
And that, I mean, it was we were right here. We got to see the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was really great. How's the rest of the day been going for you?
Great.
What have you been doing at the festival since the parade was?
I mean, like I said, I was responsible for the parade. So after we ended that, I think this is I think you're seeing the remainder of my day.
So it's just time to have fun now.
Keep coming back. We'll fill it.
I'll keep giving interviews.
Can you talk about like the prep and everything that went into like getting the parade ready? Like how hectic was that?
The parade it's nothing compared to what the rest of the committee does.
Yeah.
Really it's just sending out emails and getting people to sign up and participate. And I mean, everybody's just so happy to be out and about again. It's just the energy and like the happiness level is high. Let's say that to get back out.
Yeah.
So I have a very easy job compared to what the rest of the group has to do with coordination, and they work year round to do this though. And it's just huge success. We're so grateful to have it here every year.
I'm glad it's 3 days again. It was nice. I mean, it was nice that they brought it back for one day.
Yeah.
But it's nice that it's now able to get back to the 3 day.
Yeah.
Event.
What all goes into just gathering that many people and getting that many participants and just coordinating?
Like, are you
the order
reaching
of the
out,
parade,
or do you have people coming to you, or both, or
both?
Okay.
So we have a newsletter. It's on our website, downtownwashingtonpa.com. You can subscribe to our newsletter, but we always let past participants have the first go ahead. So we'll send out emails, 6 weeks out and say, hey, applications are up. Go ahead and fill out. We're releasing to the public next week.
Gotcha.
And so then, we'll send it out to our newsletter and then post it on social media. Yeah, we have, believe it or not, for our Christmas parade, I've been getting calls already. I had like 5 calls and emails.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, people love a parade. Again, my job's easy. People are always happy. Well, not always, but you're always going to have like that one group.
Wouldn't that be nice?
But no,
awesome.
It's fantastic.
Okay.
It's great.
So how do you coordinate the order of the parade? Like, how do you determine where someone's going to fall in line with the parade?
Well, after I get past the givens, you obviously have to open up with the colors.
Sure.
Right.
We want the veterans go first. So the VFW went first this year. And then we had our Grand Marshal, who was Amy from KDKA.
We interviewed her.
Yeah. She's so sweet. So she was the Grand Marshal. She went next. And then you have obviously our Mayor, Scott Putnam. And he was the new fire apparatus. So he went next. And then after that, it was Rebellion reenactors. And after that, it's the politicians, and we just kind of help facilitate as much as possible with the order.
We got a Mayor usually sits down with us. We got to flag him down and get him over here again.
I'll shoot him a text.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him walking around yet. Yeah, I'll see if I can get him, and I'll get Terry Perry over here for you too.
Oh,
yes,
definitely.
please.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
You guys will have a blast with her. Just don't get her to give any details about my birthday, or about her birthday night. That's the only thing I'm afraid of.
That's okay. We'll save those questions
we're getting,
for
we're getting some exclusives here.
Oh yeah, we've had some good Liberty Pole. They're just amazing. So
yeah, we got our buddies at Thrifty Whiskey, which is Pittsburgh's only whiskey YouTube channel, and they do $30 and under. But he is way more knowledgeable when it comes to video. I don't even attempt that because I struggle with audio in general. So Josh has joined us this weekend. We were here for the Whiskey Walk last night. He did video.
Gosh.
He's handling the video. So this will be up on their page.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, he hadn't been to Liberty Pole yet. So we left the Whiskey Walk early and took him down, and just as amazing as they are, they showed him had him have a really good time. So
that's awesome. Well, we're so happy you guys are here. Thank you
we
again.
love coming here.
Yeah, we look forward to this every year.
Oh, great. This is so much fun. Thank you, guys.
Of course, absolutely.
I may be back later.
And we're back with another guest. So please introduce yourselves.
Hey guys, I'm Sarah Shumaker. I'm the Executive Director for the Washington Health System Foundation.
Thank you for joining us, Sarah.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So can you tell us about your role and your involvement with the Whiskey Rebellion Festival each year?
Absolutely. So I am volunteering here this afternoon, and essentially the Washington Health System is one of the main sponsors. We've been supporting the Whiskey Rebellion Festival for a number of years, and they asked this year if the sponsors would participate and volunteer and help introduce and MC the main stage production. So I have been honored to introduce some of our amazing bands that we've had here today. I've done several of them and gotten to hear them, and there's been some awesome entertainment, and then also thanked the other sponsors, and then rundown of the events for the day. So the health system has been a great supporter, and happy to be here today to participate in a volunteer role as well.
That's tremendous.
That's awesome. Past 2 years we've been here, we had the president from Washington Health System.
Oh, sure, Brooke Ward.
Yes, he stopped on both times actually. I think he came on with some of the other guys. I'm going to thank you for emceeing. Thank you for being part of this. Thanks to Washington Health System for being a big sponsor. I mean, I know we love coming here. It's nice to have a full weekend again. You know, last year was very small, it was just one day, but it's kind of nice to have the entire weekend back.
Exactly.
For the festival.
And it's invigorating to walk around and see everyone. Everyone seems to be excited. Things seem to be rolling. And so I think people are happy to just be back out and feel like it's normal again.
Yeah, yes. After the last several years, that feeling of normalcy is...
For sure.
Whiskey's not the only medicine that's happening today, for sure. So is this your first year being involved with...
It is.
I
have attended the festival for numerous years and brought my daughters here to see the parade and, of course, to eat the junk food. And
absolutely.
The funnel cakes, which is one of my favorite things to eat here. And then, of course, the whiskey.
Yes.
And so we've been down to Liberty Pole a couple of times today and sampled some of their whiskey, which is awesome. Yeah, seen a lot of great people that I haven't seen in a while, which is also another benefit of the festival, right? Because we haven't been out and about as often and been able to talk with some folks.
Yeah.
So something we like to ask every single person that we talk to is about their whiskey journey. What kind of got you started in whiskey? What was your introduction to it? What's your favorite? All that kind of stuff.
Okay, so that is probably a better question for my husband, who is very into whiskey and very into Liberty Pole's whiskey and frequents it very often. So if you want to know the truth, my experience with whiskey is that my husband is there often and I get to see the notifications pop up that he is drinking I'm just teasing. But in all honesty, so we do, I will have some whiskey with him. I typically have it on ice. It's typically Liberty Pole because he does support them. Right. And so he loves it all. But what did I have, Billy? What was I drinking? Billy, what was I drinking down at Liberty Pole? The old fashioned is my favorite. It's actually my favorite. I've tried several things and every time I keep thinking that's just refreshing on a day like
it
today.
Very much is, yeah.
And so that's probably my favorite. To be honest.
This time of year I love their Rebel Tea.
Oh, I have not had that.
Yeah,
it's very good.
Oh, look at you in unison. It's very good.
It's made with one of the peated. I think it's the bourbon. I think it's the peated bourbon.
And they have like a chai tea in there and it's over ice.
It's very good. Okay. In fact, once we wrap up here, we're actually going to be heading over there. It's probably what I'm going to be drinking is the tea. So.
Okay, well, that's where we were earlier. And I also love anything with pumpkin. So in the fall, I know that they have some different drinks down there that they mix with spice. I love everything spice. And I know they have some good drinks that they do some nice mixes for the fall, which feels far away, but
she
coming
did
upon us.
It's kind of... We're halfway through the summer already.
Agree.
Which is weird.
She did a pumpkin pie old fashioned last year. That was one of the
sounds
seven
incredible.
she did.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds delicious.
Old fashions are one of my go-to as well, and I think she makes the best old fashions in the entire area. I think she's the best cocktail artist in Pittsburgh.
So we always have it at our house, and we're always sipping it. Sometimes just over the rocks.
That's excellent.
Or on the rocks, I should say.
Nice.
So, what is your favorite whiskey?
Mine is on.
Ooh, that's tough. So there's different.
You guys
types.
Go first.
There's different. With so many different types. What's my typical go-to that I'm usually going back to?
That's a different question.
Yeah. So if I'm going, just grabbing whatever. Woodford Double Oak is a good one that I like to go to. I mean, we've said their name enough, so it's not like we need to hype them up anymore. But anything Liberty Pole, I'm always down to have. So, but if we're gonna talk non-Liberty Pole,
there you go.
Woodford Double Oak is usually my go-to. So
okay.
I was gonna say, like, as of last night, my favorite is the heated rye from Liberty Pole.
Yes.
Like, wow, that was amazing. But like my go-to, I just bought for everything, cocktails and just straight sipping, is Evan Williams Bald and Bond.
Nice.
Like I just bought a handle of that the other day.
Ooh, a handle. That means you really like it.
Yeah, because I keep going through it, and I need a bottle for the show.
Yeah.
So I keep having to buy new bottles for the show. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna buy a handle of it so I can have it for cocktails. And,
there you go.
And just it's a good straight sipper. But no, like as far as like favorite, like non-go-to, like just absolute favorite. Yeah, that heated rye is now number one for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I was at the Whiskey Rebellion dinner, and we had flights, I think, of whiskey, and got to hear from experts. And so that was an education, certainly for me. And some of it is, stronger than others.
Yeah,
Some of
Very
it
much so.
burns on
Yes.
the way down,
Yes.
and some of it doesn't. And I learned about, smelling it and swirling
Yep.
it and all of those wonderful things that you guys probably already know. But it was another amazing experience and something I learned a lot from.
That's awesome.
And that's what these things are for, is for education purposes.
Right.
Exactly.
That's why we started the podcast, was we knew jack squat about anything about whiskey. That's why it says bourbon. It's not because we only drink bourbon. We're just too lazy to change it. We started this when we were like, we don't know anything about this.
Yeah,
Let's talk about that.
I think there's a
And
lot to
record
learn
that
about
forever.
it.
Yeah. So people can hear how ignorant we are.
Exactly.
So that's why I have certain people on our show, is so that, hey, they're the people I'm teaching while we're recording our
Yeah.
shows.
Well, I definitely have a lot to learn about whiskey and bourbon.
Well, this was just our learning journey, and we wanted to share it with other people. That's a lot of our guests are like Josh, very, very knowledgeable and know a lot more about it than we
I'm just
do.
a huge nerd. That's what it is.
Nerd is just another word for passionate.
That's good. That's right. Smart is what that really means. Educated.
Well, I think they're
tar and feather.
feathers
Ready
coming
right
up.
now? Yeah, it's time.
Time
Well,
to break the syrup.
Sarah, thanks for coming on. Thanks for stopping by and talking. We hope that you're involved in the festival next year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Of
Thank you for
course.
giving me a drink to taste. I
Yeah,
appreciate
you're very welcome.
that.
Feel free to take that with you. Just
Thank you. You guys have a great rest of the evening.
you too. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
See you later.